I'm here with Meadowlark Lemon, and Meadowlark Lemon is a four-time Basketball Hall of Famer. Did I get that right? Four times?
Kinda.
Kinda, yeah. It was really the man for the Harlem Globetrotters through the 70s, 80s, correct?
50s,
50s, 60s.
70s.
He's been playing professional basketball for decades, and even to today. Was just in Alaska a couple of weeks ago playing against the police. And he's been a great entertainer. They call it comedy basketball with the Harlem Globetrotters and the Buccaneers. But more than anything, first in his heart is this relationship with Jesus, which I've got to know this week. And he's really had this as a ministry. And so I wanted to ask him, as a part of our longevity and ministry series, is how have you survived and thrived over decades?
It, I believe it's because we are called. You know, I was just reading about that last night. So few called, some are called, few are chosen. And if you're called to do something by God, you better do it. And it's not always peaches and cream. You know, I see some of the most wealthiest ministries go down. And I believe it's because they're not listening to the Word of God, the Spirit of God, when He's speaking to us. And He talks to us all the time, man. That's one of my prayers in the morning is asking for favor. I want the favor of God. I want Him to show me what's my next move is. Where do I go next? What do I do next? And I think if we can follow that, I think we'll be all right. It's not going to be easy.
Right, right. And you found your calling in giving people joy and happiness.
That is correct. I remember Sammy Davis Jr. said to me once, he said, each time I walk out my door, I'm on the stage. If I don't want to be on stage, I don't walk out my door. Every day of my life, there's someone who will come up to me and thank me for the joy that we brought. Most of the women say their father didn't know how to tell them how much he loved them when they were growing up. But once a year, either on television or when we come to their hometown, everything would stop, totally stop, and their father would gather the family or either on the television, which at that time, television in the 60s and 70s weren't as big as it is today. But the father would get his family together and watch us on television. And most women say this would be the one time in the year that their dad would tell them how much he loved them. And you know, and when I hear that, it does something to me. Even my doctor, he said we got to keep you healthy because you bring joy to people. You go to big cities, you go to small towns. He said I saw you when I was growing up in a small town in Egypt. And he's a man of God also. And he told me at one point, he said, God sent me to America to take care of you.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And when I got sick for the first time in my life, I woke up in the hospital and I saw and heard several of the doctors praying and crying for me. And some of the nurses were prayed for me. You know, they didn't do it openly, but they prayed. They told me, yes, we've been praying for you.
You had a medical situation this summer, and we need to be praying for you too, right?
Yes, right. Well, you know, what we did was my wife and I, we said, well, we're not going to tell anybody. Excuse me. We're not going to tell anybody because it might mess up our bookings. So I was going into the operating room, and my pastor came in and he said, no, we're going to tell everybody.
Get them praying.
Get them praying for you. And then my spiritual father came in and he said, yes, I just buried 3 pastors who had to borrow money for their church, and they didn't want to tell anybody. I said, go back and tell everybody.
Yeah.
Tell Jesse, Kenneth, and tell everybody.
Get them praying.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful for the part you played in our family, because we were one of those families that would gather around once a year to go watch the Harlem Globetrotters,
Oh man.
either at the Seattle Center Coliseum
Okay.
or around the TV, and it was a great gift. So thank you. Thanks for the ministry you continue to do, loving Jesus and loving
Oh
kids.
gosh, yes.
Great
This
gift.
is why I'm here. For the kids, I think they need a voice, and hopefully we can be part of that voice.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Yep.